What is going on, YouTube? My name is Brandon Blankenship, and I'm a real estate agent here in the greater Los Angeles area. And you probably clicked on this video because you're considering on making that move from California to Boise, Idaho. And I have a special video for you because I'm joined by my friend Charlotte, who's a real estate agent out there in Boise, Idaho. And, we're going to talk for my California people that have never been there and considering making that move, what there is to do there. So, Charlotte, you want to introduce yourself to the crowd?
Sure. Hi, I'm Charlotte. I've lived in Boise for about 5 years. I moved from California. I lived kind of all over California. I lived in Redding until I graduated high school, and then I lived in Southern California in the LA area, San Bernardino County or Orange County. And then I also moved to the Bay Area for a couple years, and then from there moved to Boise. And I have to tell you, I love it. It's great here.
My California people watching this, Charlotte can relate to you and all the struggles that California might possess. But, us as being real estate professionals, it's only right if we talk about housing. Can you tell me a little bit about the housing market up there in Boise?
Sure. Well, I would say for an average, 3-bedroom, 2-bath house, you're going to find, well, the median home sale here is $370,000. Right. And so that kind of depends on where you're living, what city, because we have Boise and then we have a bunch of suburbs and smaller cities outside. And so depending on what city you're interested in, the price is going to differ kind of significantly. For example, in Boise, an average home is going to be $310,000. But if you move to Eagle, which is kind of northwest of Boise, you're going to run into an average price point of about $600,000. So it definitely varies, but on average for Ada County, it's going to be about $370,000. So, and I understand that, I was doing some research when I first started my channel for the cost of living in Boise, and compared to LA area, it's like a 56% drop in housing costs here.
Right. So what was the median price in Boise specifically? Again, you said 600?
In Eagle, which is a city just outside of Boise, that one's 600. But if you're looking at Boise, it's about 310,000. If you're looking in Meridian, which is the next city over, and it's the next largest city, right. I want to say it's $360,000. And then we have a lot of new construction here, which bumps up the price in these surrounding suburbs quite a bit. Mm-hmm. Depending on how much new construction is being sold that month, it kind of changes. So we have Meridian, which has about 60% of the homes on the market are new construction. Mm-hmm. Kuna, which is a city just south of Meridian, it's 95% new construction. So wow. It's,
that's crazy.
We're definitely growing.
That's crazy. That's crazy for sure. So like in Boise for $310,000 for a median sales price for a single family home, what does that typically get you in terms of, living square footage, bed, bath? Well,
you're going to get about 3-bedroom, 2-bath. It's going to be probably between 1,800 and 2,000 square feet. And the land size, it's going to be larger than a lot of the like subdivision lots, because most of Boise is well established, and so the lots aren't, with a lot of the new construction now, the lots are smaller unless they're in a higher price point where they're expecting the lots to be bigger.
Right.
But you're going to find a lot of maybe homes that don't have HOAs in Boise, and lots that are a little bit larger. So just kind of depend on where you look.
Right. Cool. And I know, personally for me, I've never been to Boise. I've never been to Idaho. I honestly thought Idaho was like on the Midwest, East Coast, but I guess it's not. It's just north of us. But all my California people and people that probably clicked on this video already been doing research on Boise, Idaho. But from a native like you that's currently living there, what is some fun things to do out there?
Well, we don't have the beach per se, but we do have a lot of the same outdoor activities. So we're kind of surrounded by a bunch of different national parks. We have Lake Lowell, which is in Nampa, which is about 20 to 30 minutes from Boise. We have the Lucky Peak Reservoir, which is in South Boise. We have McCall, which has Payette Lake and Lake, I think it's Lake Cascade. So there's a bunch of different lakes around. McCall is similar to Big Bear, where there's kind of like that mountain town and a lot of different stuff to do. They're well known for a winter carnival. So they have a bunch of different snow carving statues and a bunch of different winter games and stuff like that. So McCall's really fun. We have Bogus Basin, which has got your skiing, which is about 20 to 30 minutes from Boise Meridian area. So there's a lot to do, and we do have, well, we don't have the beach, we do have surfing. There's actually our Boise River. We have a section that they set up where you can actually surf in it. So that's kind of
crazy.
cool.
That's just mind blowing for me when we talked about, off camera. But how about sports up there? Do you guys have any professional sports teams or any kind of sports, collegiate sports or anything like that?
So we don't have any professional sports, but we do have Boise State, which if you follow college football, we have the blue turf.
Yeah.
That's our stadium. And I will say that they are the most diehard fans I think I have ever met. I mean, even outside of professional sports, like they are very dedicated to their Boise football. So we have that. We have a hockey team. We have a baseball team, and they're not professional. I think the hockey team actually is a professional hockey team. It's the Idaho Steelheads. I obviously don't follow sports that closely, but we do have quite a bit. And we also have basketball. We have Idaho Stampede basketball. So
How far is the flight from going, let's say, from Boise to California, or the drive? I'm not sure if you've ever done it before.
We did. We drove from the Bay Area here, and it's about a 9-hour drive, and we did split it into 2 days. The flight to the Bay Area, I want to say, is about an hour, and the one to Southern California is, 2-ish hours.
Right.
It's not too bad, 1.5, 2 hours, something.
Yeah,
like that.
so even just driving out to the Bay, if you're making that move from California to Idaho, you can make it a really nice long weekend getaway with a nice drive. So that's a real cool thing. But how about weather? What's the weather like up there in Idaho?
Well, before I get to the weather, one other thing I wanted to add to the flight is a lot of people actually will live in Boise and work in the Bay Area or LA. I mean, it's not a large, significant portion of our population, but it is something that people do consider because the flights aren't that expensive. I mean, now with COVID, I'm not exactly sure how that's going to play out, but that's something that people do here. So I just want to add that.
Like Monday through Friday, or have you noticed?
Yeah, I heard the other day that like the LA County Fire Department actually has a set of people that do that. Like they live out here, but because they're on call for a certain period of time, they'll fly down there, stay for however long they need to, and then come back. So just thought that was interesting.
That is I would have never thought that, honestly. That's kind of crazy, but I guess it's, I mean, it can make up for it with the, the housing prices and stuff like that. But how about the weather? What's the weather like over there? Because I know in Southern California, I'm spoiled with weather, with sun, 300 days out of the year, barely rain. So what's the weather like up there?
Well, we are an area that actually does truly have 4 seasons. So we have 4 seasons, but they're all fairly mild. So right now it's the middle of July and it's 85 degrees, I think, but that's not that typical. Normally we're going to say in the mid to high 90s for most of the summer. We do get quite a bit of rain. So even in the summer, we're going to have rain showers, thunderstorms that come in periodically, like 1 or 2 times a month. Fall is really beautiful, typically 70s, more rain. But the thing to me was, by having an actual winter, you do get snow, but it's not like in a lot of areas on the East Coast where it just piles up and piles up and piles up. Typically you're going to get like an inch or so, and it's going to melt before the next snow comes in, and typically it will melt the same day that it comes. So you don't have that buildup of snow where you're shoveling snow all the time. So it's pretty mild, but we do get 4 seasons.
Yeah, that's always a good thing when, there's not a lot of shoveling. So that's always a good thing. So how about traffic out there? So I know, Los Angeles, I feel like there's traffic all the time. You can try to say that you can guess when the traffic's going to start, but, I can go out, do some showings on like a Tuesday and jump on the highway at the 210, and I'll hit traffic for no reason. So what's the traffic scene like out there in Boise?
Well, you do get, you do have traffic in the morning commute and the evening commute. If you're coming from outside of Boise into downtown and vice versa, on the way home. So you are going to experience some traffic, but it's, going to be like a half an hour to get out of the city versus, 2 hours to get from, like, I drove from Irvine to El Segundo. That was my work commute for quite a long time. And that was a long drive.
Right.
So it's not anything like that. And even with the traffic that you do experience, there's primary sections where it's going to be stop and go, but for the most part, it's just going to be a little bit slower than normal, not be stop and go traffic for the whole time.
Right. So can you like typically predict it over there? Like when
Yeah. It's going to be in the morning till about, I say 8:30 or 9, and then it's going to start about 3 o'clock and go till 5:30, 6 o'clock.
Okay. No, that's not bad at all. I mean, I know, Charlotte, you can talk about, Boise, Idaho all day, but, Charlotte has a YouTube channel. So if you want to learn more about Boise, Idaho, living, playing, and everything else in between, I'm going to drop the link down below in the description. And Charlotte, if anyone has any more questions, regarding Boise, Idaho, how can they reach you?
Probably the best is to just give me a call, shoot me a text. My number is 208-353-3176. And you can find me in all the socials. I actually have most of my socials, which are Birch Cedar Realty. That's the brokerage that I am with EXP. That's my business. So you can, find me there.
Cool. And, Charlotte and I do understand that, this moving process, because you probably clicked on this video because you're considering on making that move. So, it can get super stressful before even starting the whole process. But, just knowing that you have 2 agents behind your back that, are looking for your best interest and that already collaborate with each other, we can make sure that all the pieces are in the right spot to this puzzle, just to make sure this process goes as smooth as possible so you can enjoy this next chapter of your life. And Charlotte, I do appreciate you, for shedding some light on Boise, Idaho for all my California people. We lost you to Boise, Idaho, so hopefully on more, but information all down below in the description. And thank you again, Charlotte.
Well, thank you so much for having me on your channel. I really appreciate it.